Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video we're going to be breaking down the official announcement for Act 6 Chapter 2, which is going to be arriving in just under 2 weeks time on the 12th of June. So today we've got all sorts to talk about, man. We've got the brand new rewards for Act 6 Chapter 2, we've also got 5 new global nodes as well, and I want to have a chat about these nodes because they're all quite interesting and unique, but also I want to talk about potentially some of the best counters and champions that I think are going to be really good for these nodes. And yeah, we've got all sorts to talk about today. So anyway, let's start with the juice, man. Most people are interested, you know, what the rewards going to be for Act 6 Chapter 2. Now, in terms of the completion, we've got 22,500 Tier 5 basic fragments. We got 4,000 6-star shards, 10,000 5-star shards, a random rank 3 to 4 5-star rank up gem. Also a single tier 2 alpha, and they've added in Cavalier crystals both to the completion and also exploration rewards as well, but also for completion there is also 750,000 gold. So the completion rewards just for getting through one run, you know, seem pretty nice there. Now when it comes to the 100% exploration rewards, you've got 25% of a single fully formed tier 5 class catalyst, which is going to be completely random there. You've also got 4 fully formed tier 2 alphas, a fully formed tier 5 basic, 6,000 6-star shards there, 15,000 5-star shards, 5 Cavalier crystals, and just over 1 million gold as well. So I think, you know, just initially looking at these rewards, what's my kind of criticism or concern? It's really that the exploration rewards for doing like 9 hard paths in every single chapter, because every single chapter is apparently going to have 10 paths, so you've got all the easy routes that you can take with completion. The exploration rewards comparatively aren't really that much more than the completion rewards, you know, especially factoring the rank up gem in as well, which is pretty much 4 tier 2 alpha. You're not really getting that much more for exploration, so it's definitely you know, going to be something for a lot of people, if you're not really that fussed with it, to put on the back burner, but hopefully there are going to be some easy paths in order to get completion for this one. But also, I guess something to keep in mind as well is that when it came to Act 5 and a lot of previous acts, a lot of the big rewards do come on completion and also exploration of all of the act as a whole. So when, you know, 6.4 comes out, I assume we're going to see some slightly more juicy rewards associated with kind of the wider picture of all of Act 6 exploration there. But also there's a bit of tier 2 alpha, I think just under 3 there, that you can get via quest 1 to 6, maybe in the exploration as well. So it beefs it up a little bit more, but there's nothing, you know, super exciting chapter by chapter there, just a little bit more tier 2 alpha. But for what I assume the difficulty is going to be, especially with the brand new class and rarity gates, especially looking at like quest 5 and quest 6, the exploration rewards, they do you know, just individually on this chapter, they seem a little bit lacking in comparison to the completion rewards, but the completion rewards seem very good. So yeah, there are some very fun stuff. If you're not already aware of this, there are going to be certain, what is it, class and rarity gates across all the variety of the quests, so especially in quest 5 and quest 6, where these really ramp up, and these are going to be on 4 out of the 10 paths in every single quest, or the majority of quests here. So quest 5 and quest 6, your team must contain 4 or more 5-star mutant champions, 5-star cosmic champions, 5-star tech champions, 4 or more 6-star champions as well. And then in quest 6 you've got gates for 4 or more skill, science and mystic 5-star champions, or 4 and more 6-star champions. So I think some of my concerns, especially when it comes to the final quest as well, because you're probably going to have to deal with the final bosses, so you're not really going to have much room to, you know, navigate in terms of what you've got within that class. So you're going to need to bring, like, for example, I imagine on quest 6 the final boss is probably going to be the champion, 100k version of the champion, so you need probably a symbiote supreme or somebody that can deal with that. So then you need to bring symbiote supreme, and then 4 5-star skill champions that can somehow magically deal with absolutely everything on the path. So it might be a little bit tricky, it might be a little bit niche. I'm still very, very, concerned about the class and rarity gates, because they just seem like a bit of a cash grab at face value. They seem like something that, again, further rewards whales and people that want to spend a lot of money in Cavalier crystals, and just kind of further kind of dicks over the free-to-play players for no really apparent reason. They do kind of lack creativity, and it's just a bit of a hard gate that, again, just further serves to give whales even more of an advantage, man, and they really don't need more of an advantage, just at least in my opinion. So yeah, that's to do with the rewards and rarity gates. Now I want to have a bit of a chat about the 5 new global buffs that we're going to see in Act 6 Chapter 2, and some of these seem a little bit fun, some of them seem maybe a little bit annoying, but I'm actually quite excited to see all of these in game, man. None of them seem like super BS or like super rubbish to deal with. So the first one we've got is Life Cycle, and this one might be a little bit annoying because the defender is immune to damage from debuffs, so any champions that rely on damage over time effects aren't necessarily going to be very good here, I would imagine, and also has a shield that prevents them from being knocked out. So while they have this shield, whenever you go to KO them, they're going to heal for 10% of their maximum health. However, if you knock them down, it's going to disable it for half a second, and each time the shield is disabled, the downtime is increased further by another half a second, up to a maximum of 3.5 seconds. So you've just got to use characters that don't rely on damage over time effects, and then you've just got to knock them down with like a heavy or a special attack, and then like KO them in those 3.5 seconds. So you probably want to get the opponent to about 5%, use a heavy attack, and then finish them off with either another heavy or a standard combo or a special. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I imagine actually low health as well, you could probably heavy attack and then special 3, and that'd be a great way to deal with that one. But again, I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Hyperion, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Star-Lord, Starkadance, Spider-Man. I imagine there are going to be so many champions that are really good for Life Cycle. So yeah, that one doesn't seem the worst there. And then we have Backblast, which seems to be bad news for Corvus and Ghost players potentially. So the attacker's critical damage is doubled. However, if damage from a critical hit exceeds 5% of the defender's max health, or the attacker lands 4 or more guaranteed crits throughout the fight, the attacker suffers from an incineration debuff, dealing damage equal to their last crit over 5 seconds. In all fairness, man, Ghost and Corvus might actually be able to deal with this one, because you can like phase back with Ghost, and Corvus, he might be able to survive it via his Glaive of Immortality awakened ability. So yeah, I don't know, it actually might work out quite well for them, especially if the attacker's critical damage is doubled. But I imagine any champion that is Incinerate immune is going to be really good. Any characters that have a lot of damage over time effects that aren't going to exceed that 5% damage cap are probably going to be really decent as well. And also Captain America, Infinity War, and Aegon might be really good, just because with the skill synergy in Captain America, you can shrug off debuffs, and this one's going to be landing whenever you deal, 5% of the defender's max health. So yeah, it should be fine to deal with, I would imagine there. So yeah, I'm curious to see how Backblast is going to work, but that one does not seem too bad at all. Now, the next one is Icarus, and this one, it seems like it's going to be really fun for certain champions, man. I'm kind of thinking like, Domino and Captain America on this one. So whenever the defender is struck by an attack or stunned by a parry, the attacker gains a Fury buff, granting them 10% attack rating for 10 seconds. If the attacker gains more than 8 Fury buffs in this way, or one of these Fury buffs expires, the attacker is inflicted with a degeneration effect, dealing 100% of the defender's attack over 4 seconds. However, if the attacker lands a heavy attack, their Fury buffs are removed with no penalty. So you're going to be getting a lot of Fury on this one, man, and if you can use a heavy attack at the right time, you're going to be taking massive advantage of that Fury, and also getting rid of those buffs and avoiding the degeneration. So that's it seems, really good, especially for Domino, because you've got to imagine if you like parry stun, you have like that double medium hit, and then you go to throw a heavy attack. Like your heavy attack and the incinerate damage from that is going to be enhanced by like 30-40%, so that could be like really insane for Domino, man, especially like Captain America as well. Probably going to work really well for Ghost, I would imagine, because like weaving in those heavies is going to give you even more fury as well. So I think there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with Icarus, man. It seems like a really good node there. And then I believe there was confirmation from Kabam Mike as well somewhere in this thread, man. I had it up earlier that this degeneration isn't going to be a passive, it's going to be a debuff. So champions that shrug off debuff should be able to remove the Icarus node as well. So yeah, maybe Aegon's going to be super sick for this, but I'm very curious to see how that one plays out, man. It doesn't seem too bad at all. Then we've got destructive feedback, and this one I'm incredibly interested to see it, because at the start of the fight, the defender is going to gain a kinetic shield. So this is going to last 10 seconds, and while it's active, it prevents them from taking damage. However, this damage is going to be stored, and providing you don't get hit, it's all detonated on the opponent at the end of it. But if you get hit anytime during these 10 seconds, then all of that damage is detonated on you. So it seems quite fun, man, and there's like a 15-second cooldown, but providing you don't get hit, it's just kind of business as usual as far as I'm concerned. But if you do get hit while that shield is active, mate, you are dead. You are so incredibly screwed there. So yeah, I'm a little bit interested to see how that one works and how fun that one is to play. Maybe against, you know, evade champions or like a mesmerized node. If that's in that chapter, man, that's gonna be a really bad time. But we'll see how that one ends up working out. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of very fun compilations of people dying to destructive feedback there, but it you know, seems fairly reasonable to deal with. And then finally, we've got Do Not Go Gentle. So the attacker gains 1 charge for every 5 hits in their combo meter. When the defender receives damage from any source that would knock them out and the attacker has 1 or more charges, a charge is consumed instead, and the attacker receives damage equal to the defender's attack. So if you try to kill them while you've got charges, you are going to take a lot of damage there. Again, this might be a scenario where Corvus Glaive's like immunity comes really in handy, but this is going to be the final chapter, so I'm not too sure he's going to have enough reach there. But if the attacker intercepts the defender's attack, 2 charges are removed with no penalty, and landing a heavy attack also removes up to 1 charge with no penalty. So I think here champions that rely on heavy attacks or have great enhancement for heavy attacks are going to be really good. I think Captain America Infinity War is going to be so incredibly fun to play on this one, and really every other one, but also Domino as well. And kind of judging by the order, I'm a little bit concerned maybe about this one, a little bit, just because I assume this one is going to be in the final chapter, and yeah, it might be very annoying with some very heavy class and rarity gates as well. But I don't know, the more I look at, like, you know, these nodes and the content, like these gates are just, they're so incredibly unnecessary, man, so unnecessary, because this is a good way to make like challenging content that alters your playstyle, and also the champions that you would use via like creative design and actually like switching stuff up in the matchups and gameplay. And this is just an arbitrary gate that rewards whales and further punishes free-to-play players. So yeah, I don't know, man. Again, I'm going to fully judge this content when it comes out, once I play through it, to actually see how difficult and challenging it is. But I'm looking forward to the new nodes, man. They should be fun. Not really looking forward to the class gates there. And in terms of like power indexes as well, it's a little bit of a step up from the first chapter, but not really too much. Quest 6, the boss is going to have a 100,000 power index there, and the Sentinel in what is it, Quest 6 of 6.1 had about 73,000 power index, so it's a little bit more of a step up, man. Probably about 600-700k boss, and I believe from the like initial logo here, we're probably going to be seeing the champion as the final boss of Act 6 Chapter 2. But overall, man, I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's one step closer to Act 6.3 and 6.4, and I think with the completion of Act 6 and the exploration overall, level, we're going to see some substantially more exciting rewards. So, you know, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes, but I'm really looking forward to this on the 12th of June. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on Act 6 Chapter 2 in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please do smash that like button if you did enjoy it. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.